Welcome, boys and girls, and multi-sexed, no-sexed humans, all creatures, rather, and multi-dimensional entities. I am Ra, and I have an exciting practice for today for you guys, because from your perspective, it may or may not be true, and that makes it desirable to do, because it's fun. We are going to be designing our dream past. Most of us are taught to design our dream future, but future is one direction. We don't want to forget about the past, and they're both stemming from this current reality. So we're going to design our dream past, and we're going to do that in 3 different ways. So after we're done watching this drill, you might want to jot down 3 different ways, which I'm going to go over right now. But after we're done watching the drill, you're going to get into a meditative state, whether that means laying down, or if you're really busy, you can even do this while driving. But if something happens, that's your responsibility. Anything. You can, you're in class, anywhere you go, I need you in a trance state where you can go back into your imagination. So ideally, comfortable in a safe setting, seated or laying down. And then we're going to redesign the past in 3 different ways. So the first way is we're going to think about the general past, okay? So we all have a construct when we think about our past, right? So we're going to sort of brighten that up a little bit, make it a dream feeling, okay? Whatever vibration you feel when you're thinking about the past during this drill, make it fantasy-like, okay? How would you feel about your fantasy dream past? If you're having trouble organizing this in your head, think about your dream future, okay? For some people, it might be luxury. For some people, it might be lots of time in nature. For some people, it might be lots of lovers. And it's not just one thing, right? You think about this whole fantasy, I'm rich forever, and you get a general feeling of that, right? So it's the same thing in the past. Get a general feeling of this fantasy past. So that's the first part of the exercise or the practice. The second part is we're going to hone in on a very specific event. It can be any event, good, bad, if these exist, good and bad. Any event you want. I'm not saying we should rewrite a bad one, but the purpose of the second one is to rewrite a particular moment in our past in a fanciful way, in a dreamlike way. So hone in and be very specific when you are rewriting this. We pretty much reliving it. And when you relive something, you want to be in it. You want to live it, you want to be it. So that means feelings, it means smells, it means taste, it means vision, hearing, the little thoughts, the little tangents that happen in your head when you're in a scenario. So zoom in on a scenario that happened one particular way and then completely rewrite it. Like you were a Hollywood movie director. Completely rewrite it in as much intricate detail as possible. Once you're satisfied with that part of the practice, we're going to the third practice, which is going to be creating an event. A new event that never happened, okay? And this is your dream past, okay? Completely dream past. There's no limits here. No limits at all. You don't even need to be on planet Earth. You don't even need to be a human. Whatever you want in the past, there's no limits. And again, specific feelings, be there, be present there. Completely let this reality envelop into you. Okay? So we've got those 3 parts. Number 1, re-dream the feeling, the general feeling of your complete past. Okay, as far back as you can remember, be the dream harmony. And then the second part is zoom in on a specific that happened in your past and rewrite it. Third part is make a new scenario from the past. Now I use the word remember, and I almost stopped. But when we remember things, we become it, right? Re means to become again. Well, re means again, and then member, like to be a member of something, you are a part of something, all right? So when you remember something, you again become a part of it. And all of our past scenarios, all our entire past resides in our mind. And when we bring it up, when we remember it, we actually tune ourselves to the frequency that we hold of this memory. Now, the entire past exists in this current reality, this current state, as a memory. And a lot of these memories they may or may not be true. And they may or may not be actually how you felt when it was happening. Have you ever witnessed somebody remember something and it was like you were there with the person even, and it was a lot more dramatic than you witnessed the person experiencing it? Maybe even they rewrote it in their head a little bit, and you can tell when they're retelling the story that they completely believe that the new way they're telling it is how they remember it. So the past from this current perspective is all just stored in our memories, and when we pull up these memories, it tunes our vibration to that. And we can just as easily rewrite those memories. And then when we pull up the past, we tune our vibration to the dream vibration, okay? Now, I actually go one step further than that. I can explain it, but it takes a lot longer. I believe, or I know rather, that when we do these type of drills, our past actually changes. We are moving into different realities. And we go into realities where we have a different past. Because, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all different sexes, species, and organizations of time, we are not traveling linearly through time. And we have the ability to change the past. And if we want a future that is, let's say, different than the future we can imagine within this current construct, our past needs to change. So we must change our past for our present state to be in a different launch pad, so that the ordinance of the launch to the future are going to be in a different direction than where we maybe currently are. So changing the past changes the future, because none of these really exist. Only thing that exists is now. And so however we're harmonizing with our past is going to determine how we're harmonizing with the future. Meditative state, 3 different drills, practice on.